Lois,
And I'm Changyeon.
and we have created a Python version of checkers. So this is the game board. Across the top are x coordinates, which designate each column, and along the sides are y coordinates, which designate each row. Every player takes turns picking which piece they want to move, along with where they would like to move the piece.
Player 1 always goes first, so if I want to move this piece right here, then I would input the coordinates 2, 6 in quotations, along with where I want to move it. So 3, 5, for example. You can only move pieces forward and diagonally if you are not a king.
Location. So now when player 2 tries to pick a piece, he or she must make sure that they pick their own piece. For example, if they pick player 1's piece, then they are prompted saying that they can only move their own pieces. And then if they try to move their piece, so let's move 3, 3, and they try to move it to an invalid location, then they're prompted saying that it's an invalid move until they input a coordinate that is valid and that moves them diagonally forward.
If we try to move a piece that cannot be moved anywhere, for example, 8, 8, then it will say that there are no possible moves and you will have to choose another piece.
So now player 2 has the opportunity to eat player 1, as you can see right here. This is done so by inputting these coordinates of the diagonal right directly after the opposing player's piece. Once this is done, the opposing player's piece will disappear.
As you can see here, player 1 now has the opportunity to do a double jump, which means jumping from here to here, eating that piece in the center, and then consequently jumping all the way over here. We do this by first inputting the piece coordinates, and then inputting the coordinates of the place where player 1's piece will land.
So now player 1 has the opportunity to create a king. It is placed at 2, 2, and once it moves to 1, 1, it will become a king. Once a player has moved its piece all the way to the other side of the board, it becomes distinguishable. X's become slashes and O's become @ signs. Kings now have the ability to move backwards. The game ends when all of one player's piece disappears from the board. We wrote a game over function that checks every row and column after every turn to make sure that a piece from each player is present, or else the game over function will report true and the game will end.